Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Tuesday, May 23, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link to our Patreon in the description and comment section below. Houston Astros vs Milwaukee Brewers. The Astros are the hottest team in the league at the moment after winning 10 of their last 11 games. They are now within 2 games of the Rangers in the AL West standings and will try to cut into their rivals' lead with a win over the Brewers, which will give them their 11th win in their last 12 games. Houston is averaging 4.42 runs per game. Their .246 batting average is 16th in the league. Their .314 on-base percentage is 19th, while their .380 slugging percentage is 23rd. Mauricio Dubin leads Houston with a .309 batting average, while Yordan Alvarez leads the team with 10 home runs and 41 RBI. Houston's pitching is among the best in the league, with the team giving up 3.62 runs per game. Opponents have a .239 batting average against the Astros, which is 8th in the league. Their 3.26 ERA leads the league, while their 1.21 Y is 5th. In his last start, France gave up 9 hits and 6 runs in 3.2 innings, but the team was able to rally and pick up a 7-6 win over the Cubs. They will need a better performance from him if they want to get the win. The Astros have won 10 of their last 11 games and 5 of their last 6 road games. They have been on a roll offensively and scored at least 5 runs in 4 of their last 5 games. Even though Burns has done a good job on the mound in recent starts, he has struggled at home, giving up 10 runs in his last 4 home starts. With Milwaukee's bullpen also struggling in recent games, they will have a hard time slowing down Houston's hot bats. The Brewers have lost 4 of their last 6 games. They have struggled offensively and scored only 8 runs during that stretch. Things won't get easier for them in this game because France has done a good job on the mound for the Astros, giving up 7 runs in his last 3 starts. He gave up 1 run in 2 road starts, and with Houston having the second best bullpen in the league, expect them to keep Milwaukee's offense in check. Go with Houston to cover the money line. Our team pick is Houston Astros. The Brewers struggled on their road trip and they've lost 4 of their last 6 games. They will try to turn things around with a win over the Astros, which will give them their 2nd win in their last 3 games and 5th win in their last 7 home games. Milwaukee is averaging 4.16 runs per game. Their .238 batting average is 21st in the league. Their .313 on-base percentage is also 21st, while their .386 slugging percentage is 20th. Christian Yelich leads Milwaukee with a .252 batting average and 24 RBI, while Rowdy Tellez leads the team with 10 home runs. Milwaukee's pitching has been good, with the team giving up 4.24 runs per game. Opponents have a .242 batting average against the Brewers, which is 13th in the league. Their 4.06 ERA is 12th, while their 1.29 WHIP is 14th. In his last start, Burns gave up 8 hits and 3 runs in 6 innings, leading to a 3-0 loss to the Cardinals. They will need a better effort from him and some offense if they want to win this game. Our total pick is Houston. New York Mets vs Chicago Cubs. After a dismal nearly first 2 months of the season, the Mets might have found their groove again after reeling off 3 straight wins before a rainout slowed their momentum on Saturday against the Guardians. Now back to .500, the Mets battled the Guardians in a Sunday doubleheader with a chance to gain ground on first-place Atlanta. The Mets took Game 1 of the doubleheader over Cleveland 5-4 after blowing a 3-0 lead in the 8th inning. Max Scherzer gave the Mets 6 shutout innings, and Sterling Marte broke out of his slump with a 3-4 game, including a go-ahead homer in the 8th inning. In Game 2, Justin Verlander pitched his best game as a Met in a 2-1 win. Verlander went 8 innings and struck out 5, while allowing just 3 hits to pick up his 2nd win of the season. The Cubs will have the edge in this matchup thanks to Smiley's excellent track record at home and the Mets' struggles against lefties this season. New York is hitting just .239 against lefties and face off against Smiley, who has a career-best WHIP thus far and an ERA of 2.13 at home this season. Meanwhile, Senga has struggled on the road with an ERA over 6 away from Citibank Field. Senga has allowed more hits than innings pitched on the road, along with 5 home runs. The opposition is hitting .288 against Senga on the road this season. Look for the Cubs to get back on track in Game 1 of this series and cool off the Mets in the opener. Take the Cubs with the money line. The Chicago Cubs' hot start to the season has turned around with the team dropping 6 of 7 games and 7 of their last 10 games heading into Sunday's finale in Philadelphia. The Cubs' poor stretch dropped them a season-high 5 games under .500 heading into Sunday's game, but still within 5 games of the top of the division, thanks to marginal starts by the rest of the division. On Sunday in Philadelphia, the Cubs wasted an outstanding performance from starter Justin Steele and fell 2-1 to the Phillies on a pinch hit homer in the 7th. Steele went 7 innings and allowed 4 hits and no runs, but the Cubs' bats were held to just 3 hits and just 1 run. Red-hot Christopher Morel homered in the 9th, his 8th home run in just 11 games this season. The under is 4-1-1 in their previous 6 games, so go with the under here. Miami Marlins vs Colorado Rockies. The Miami Marlins suffered a 7-5 defeat at the San Francisco Giants this past Sunday and dropped a 3-game set at Oracle Park in San Francisco. After a 4-3 defeat in Friday's opener that put an end to their 4-game winning streak, the Marlins beat the Giants 1-0 on Saturday. Miami has gone 7-4 over its previous 11 games overall, and 9 of those 11 contests have been decided by 1 or 2 runs. It's hard to trust the starting duo in this matchup, so I'm backing the Marlins because of their bullpen. Miami's relievers have gone 3-1 with 4 saves and a 3.45 ERA in the last 10 days, 28.2 innings pitched, while the Rockies' bullpen has posted a 2-2 record with 2 saves and a 5.40 ERA in that span, 40.0 IP. Our team pick is the Miami Marlins. The Colorado Rockies entered Monday's clash against Miami, hoping to stop a 3-game slide. Last Sunday, they were trounced by the Texas Rangers 13-3, failing to avoid a sweep in a 3-game series at Globe Life Field in Arlington. It was their 6th defeat in 9 games, as the Rockies returned to losing ways after winning 7 of their first 9 contests in May. Finally, in Miami's last 10 games, the games are averaging 7.9 runs per game, while Colorado's last 10 are averaging 11 runs per game. Our total pick is over. Boston Red Sox vs Los Angeles Angels. Boston saw their 4-game win streak snapped as they were blanked in the finale of their 3-game road set with the Padres Sunday afternoon. The Red Sox entered Monday's action 26-21 and stood 4th in the AL East, 7.5 games behind the Rays for the top spot. On Sunday, Boston finished with 7 hits as Masataka Yoshida and Raimel Tapia each had 2 in the loss. The Red Sox went 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position in the contest and bounced into a pair of double plays. Corey Kluber, 2-6, took the loss on the mound as he allowed 5 runs, 1 earned, on 3 hits with 3 walks and 1 strikeout in 2.1 innings of work. Brayan Bello is on the mound for the Red Sox as he makes his 7th start of the season in this contest. He is 3-1 with a 4.45 ERA, a 1.588 WHIP, 12 walks and 31 strikeouts over 28.1 innings of work on the year. Bello earned the win in his last start, which came at home against the Mariners Wednesday night. He threw 5 innings, allowing 1 run on 3 hits with 5 walks and 7 strikeouts in a 12-3 Boston victory. In his last 3 starts, Bello is 3-0 with a 2.81 ERA, a 1.38 WHIP, 7 walks and 17 strikeouts over 16 innings of work. Bello took the loss in his lone career start against the Angels, which came back on April 17 at home. He threw 2.2 innings, allowing 5 runs on 8 hits with 1 walk and 5 strikeouts in a 5-4 Red Sox loss. In his 20th career Major League appearance and 18th start, he pitches at Angel Stadium of Anaheim for the first time here. Both teams find themselves over the .500 mark on the year and are trying to gain ground in their respective division races. The pitching matchup is an interesting one as a pair of young arms trying to establish themselves as reliable pieces of their respective rotations are on the hill here. Bello has won 3 straight starts entering this game and looks to avenge getting smacked around by the Angels in his first career outing against them. The Red Sox have played some solid baseball, and it's tough to get behind Canning given what we've seen from him this season. With Bello pitching well, give the upper hand to the visitors as they earn a road victory here. Our team pick is Boston Red Sox. Los Angeles won for the 3rd time in 4 games as they took down the Twins in the rubber game of their 3-game series Sunday afternoon. The Angels improved to 25-23 on the year and stood 3rd in the AL West, 5 games behind the Rangers for the top spot. On Sunday, Los Angeles finished with 9 hits with no player having more than 1. The Angels prevailed despite going 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position, with Mickey Moniak's 2-run double in the 7th inning, breaking a 1-1 tie. Shohei Ohtani didn't factor in the decision as he threw 6 innings, allowing 1 run on 2 hits with 3 walks and 9 strikeouts. Chris Davinsky, 2-0, struck out the lone batter he faced to end the 7th to earn the win. Carlos Estevez worked the 9th, allowing no runs on 1 hit with no walks and 1 strikeout to earn his 12th save. The over is 3-1-1 in the Angels' last 5 versus the American League East. Our total pick is over. Oakland Athletics vs Seattle Mariners. The Oakland Athletics fell to 10-38 on the season following Sunday's 2-0 defeat at the Houston Astros. They mustered just 4 hits against Framber Valdez, who hurled his 2nd career shutout. It was Oakland's fourth loss in a row, and the A's have dropped 12 of their previous 14 games overall. I know it's hard to trust Marco Gonzalez, but he's 10-4 with a 3.78 ERA in 18 career starts and 1 relief appearance against the Athletics. Last year, he went 3-1 with a 3.80 ERA against the Athletics. The current A's are 18-4-76 with 3 home runs against Gonzalez. Although Oakland has recorded a 129 WRC+ against the lefties in the last 10 days, I'm expecting Gonzalez to pitch much better than he did last week against the Red Hot Sox. Even if he starts to struggle, the Mariners can lean on their bullpen, which holds a 3.24 ERA and 2.43 FIP in May. On the other side, the Athletics bullpen has amassed a 5.90 ERA and 5.61 FIP so far this month. I'm going with the Mariners to beat the run line, hoping their offense will get things going against Oakland's pitching staff. Our team pick is Seattle Mariners minus 1.5 runs. The Seattle Mariners dropped to 22-24 on the season following Sunday's 3-2 loss at the Atlanta Braves. They've lost 2 out of 3 at Truist Park in Atlanta, and the M's have gone 2-5 over their previous 7 games overall. Seattle has scored 17 runs across those 2 victories, 10-1 versus Boston and 7-3 versus Atlanta, while tallying just 14 runs through 5 defeats. The under is 5-0 in the Mariners' last 5 games, where the total is set at 7 to 8.5 per covers.com. Our total pick is under 8.5 runs.